Hello everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome. We are in full hype mode, right? For the release of Fallout 4, which is impending. It is just looming over us. It's happening, yes. In about 24 hours from now, the game's actually going to hit store shelves. And I'm super excited. As many of you know, it was my Fallout playthrough in late November of 2008 that pretty much put me, Darkside Phil, on the map for YouTube game playthroughs. Even though it was a low quality playthrough when it came to visuals and audio, it was the fact that I wandered this open world, I got lost, I made jokes, I didn't take anything too effing seriously, right? And I even had a few drinks here and there, but I put in both the big wins and the fails, and it was an unedited, full-on playthrough of the game, unlike what a lot of other people were doing on YouTube at the time for games like this. And people loved it, and it got me a lot of notoriety, a lot of popularity. A lot of people kind of said, can't wait to see what this guy's doing next, and the rest is history, because here we are in 2015. The purpose of this video is threefold. The first thing I'm going to do is clear up a lot of confusion that seems to be going on in regards to Fallout 4, when you can play it. What is the embargo? Is there an embargo on when you can play it, when you can't play it? When can you stream it? When can you put up a review? What can you say and do in these videos? I'm going to clear all this up straight from the horse's mouth. I have it in writing from Bethesda because I got a review copy of the game, which we're going to talk about in my second portion of this video, where I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to be covering it, what version I have and why, alright? And so you'll know exactly what to expect this coming week. The third and final portion of this video, which you can choose to skip if you want or not, is going to be in regards to how and why I got a review copy of the game, alright? My reasoning behind it, and hopefully to clear up a lot of things that have been going on, rumors, issues, everything by the end of this video. I'm going to tell you right now, this video is going to have comments disabled because I know for a fact that Fallout 4, out of all the games that I've played, is probably going to be the one that you're going to have most people trying to spoil. Already there are people who've tried to spoil this game all over the internet. They've tweeted me, they've tried to troll me, they tried to troll people in stream chats all over the internet, on Twitch, everywhere. People are just being horrendous dicks about it, alright? And obviously I don't want that to go down in particular on this video because this is going to come out far in advance of me playing the game. And I don't want anyone to, oh god, I wanted to see how DSP is going to cover the video. Oh, look at the comment. Here's the whole plot of the game. So comments are disabled on this video in particular. They will not be disabled on my playthrough. They will not be disabled during the streams, during the gameplay, but I'll explain that in a moment, alright? So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let's clear up the confusion. I know I'm wearing my Nuka-Cola shirt. I'm hyped for this game, right? This is synonymous. This playthrough is seriously synonymous with my existence on YouTube. That's why I cannot wait to play this effing game so soon. Bethesda, first of all, concretely has said, if you did not receive a review copy of this game, you may not live stream it, you may not do a review of it, and you may not do on-demand videos of it. None of that is allowed until midnight Eastern Time on release day, which is November 10th, 2015. So if you didn't receive an advanced release copy, or an advanced review copy, excuse me, you cannot do it. Now, people probably already will do. You already have. There's already videos of the game on the internet. People are already, like I said, they're already spoiling it and whatever, which you're not supposed to do. Those are not allowed. So those, if you see them up and they get reported, they'll get taken off of YouTube. If you see someone streaming the game already, that, it's not allowed. Twitch has even said, no, not allowed, okay? If you have an advanced review copy with written permission from Bethesda, which I have right here, it means that you can play this game whenever, obviously, but if you want to talk about the content of the game on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, Twitter, on Twitch, if you want to live stream the game, if you want to post up videos of the game, if you want to put up a full review of the game, this is not allowed. And it actually says right here, until Monday, November 9th at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So as of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 5 a.m. Pacific Time, which is my time, by the way, you can put up a review, you could live stream the game, you could put up your playthrough, you could do whatever. However, Bethesda did put a specific request into their written permission for review copies that says, we do ask that you avoid including story spoilers in your review coverage. So, let me actually, I'm going to read you word for word what's in this letter, and then I'm going to explain why there's confusion, alright? Here's the literal letter. Embargo. Reviews are under embargo until Monday, November 9th at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The embargo includes streaming gameplay footage or posting impressions from your experience on social media, etc. We do ask that you avoid including story spoilers in your review coverage. And then that's it. Then it talks about patching and all kinds of stuff like that. So because this is what everyone got who got a review copy of the game, there's confusion. I don't understand. So it says you can post a review at 8 a.m., and it does include live streaming, so you could live stream, but it doesn't say about YouTube. So what is allowed, what isn't allowed? They said no spoilers, so how could you play the game and not have spoilers? All right. Listen. The bottom line is this is standard wording for review copies, and people don't seem to understand this because a lot of people don't get review copies, okay? I've gotten a few. I've gotten probably 3 over the years, advanced review copies, okay, where I've seen this kind of wording. Here's what it means. It means, very basically, sorry, I hit my mouse, very basically, if you got the advanced review copy, this is your written permission to play the game starting 8 a.m. Eastern Time, period. You can live stream it. You can put videos on YouTube. Some people say, but it just says streaming gameplay footage. YouTube is streaming gameplay footage. People don't seem to understand that. If you're saying that you watch a video on YouTube, it's not streaming. Yes, it is. Even if you're not watching it on a live stream, it's still a streaming piece of gameplay footage, which it says right here, streaming gameplay footage is allowed. So it is allowed. Per their wording on their letter, it's allowed as of 8 a.m. Eastern Time, all right? Now, what about the portion that says we ask that you avoid including story spoilers in your review coverage? Did you just hear the statement? We ask that you avoid including story spoilers in your review coverage, meaning if you do a full advanced review of the game that you release, say, on Monday, before most people have bought and played the game yet, don't tell them big story twists, because that's probably a dick fucking move, and that kind of violates the trust that Bethesda gave to you if you were given it a review advanced copy of the game. So yeah, you could review the game, and you could talk all about it, but don't say, oh, by the way, halfway through the game, this guy comes out, and it's a big twist, and this and that. Oh, and by the way, this guy's a double crosser, and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not allowed. Bethesda will ream your ass if you do that in your review. So, if you do have a review copy of the game like I do, and you're going to do an advanced review, be careful what you say. Don't reveal too much, all right? The bottom line, though, is let's face it, and this is why I'm actually 99% of the time against advanced review copies. At most, people have only had this game for about a week. I saw some people who were unboxing the Pip-Boy edition earlier in the week, and then most people got their review copies near the end of the week, like I did. I got mine on Friday. If you only play the game for 4 days, how the fuck can you say you got all the content out of the game? It's Fallout. Remember how much content was in Fallout 3? The ridiculous amounts of hours you could get if you went for every collectible, if you tried to kill every rare monster, if you went for every side quest. It's an insane amount of content, and all reports is that this game's going to be even longer. So, in that regard, how could you even hope in a few days to do a full-on review of the game and have an advanced review ready to go on Monday? I don't think you can. I don't think anyone who releases a review of Fallout 4 on Monday, November 9th is putting out a legitimate review. I think that they rush through the game and their reviews are illegitimate and no one should pay attention to them. And I don't care if they work for IGN or GameSpot or if there's some YouTuber or there's some rinky-dink little person. Reviews for a game that you didn't put in a ridiculous amount of gameplay, and when it's a game like this, you didn't review the game. All you did was review your experience with the game. You didn't concretely, objectively review the game. And I'll stick by that statement, all right? Now let me explain. Now that I've cleared that up, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, November 9th, you're going to start to see playthroughs of this appear everywhere. They're going to be live streamed on Twitch. They're going to be on YouTube. And, I saw that Twitch put out some statement. Unless you have explicit written permission to stream, don't start streaming until midnight. There it is. So anyone who got a review copy has explicit written permission. If Twitch has an issue with that, that's up to them. Good news is, I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on YouTube. YouTube probably isn't going to have any kind of a crazy issue with it at all. I really don't foresee it. They never really have had any kind of an issue with that. And I am going to say right in the beginning, I have the explicit written permission to do so from Bethesda right here in fucking black and white writing. Okay? Now, how am I going to be covering the game? I am not going to be starting at 8 a.m. For those of you who follow my stuff, you know I have not been playing the game. I've been doing other stuff. This past week, I had to finish up with my Halo 5 coverage and my Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And in fact, I'm not even done. I'm going to be playing more Call of Duty tonight. But I have not been playing the game, so certainly I can't put any videos out at 8 a.m. I'm going to treat Monday like a kind of business as usual day. I might start a little bit earlier on stream, probably around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, which would be, like 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to start my very first live stream of Fallout 4, where it's going to be character creation, whatever the initial stuff in the game is, in a few hours of gameplay. After a few hours, I'll be taking a break for dinner. After dinner, I'll be coming back with, yes, a second stream of the game on Monday. It's going to kind of continue like that all week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and further, until basically one of two things happens. Either I get burnt out on the game, and I'm like, man, I played this game for 3-4 days straight, and as much as I'm loving it, I don't want to overdo it, so I need a break. Or until people get tired of it and say, okay, the game's great, but we're tired of it. We wish you'd do a little bit more variety of content. So we'll see what happens over the course of the week. If absolutely I'm loving the game and people are loving the game, there's no reason why I wouldn't continue doing a Fallout 4 marathon all freaking week, and you're going to see me playing this game doing multiple streams. Now, if I'm playing the game and I notice that after 2 to 3 days people aren't showing up for the streams anymore, then I will still live stream, I will still keep playing the game, but I will not live stream it. I'll just be doing the on-demand videos for YouTube on DSPGaming, alright? One really huge thing, actually I should say two really huge things, I made some decisions. Number one, I will not have stream chat open when I stream this game. Much like when I streamed Until Dawn way back in August, I am not going to allow myself to be spoiled. I am not going to, I'm not going to have any of that. It's going to be me in the game, and yes, it'll be streamed. So just know, if the stream goes down during the week, oh no, tough. I'm going to be focused on the game, and if that happens, I will recommend, if you want the absolute best experience watching me play this game, to watch it on demand on DSP Gaming. Once the videos go live, do not try to watch it live stream, because I'm not going to have my attention focused on the stream. It's going to be hyper-focused on the game, all right? Number two, no face cam. I thought about it overnight, I was debating it, and even though a lot of people like face cam, ultimately I've decided it would be too distracting. I want to focus on the game. I don't want to worry about, am I in focus, am I having funny reactions? No. I'm here to play the game. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm focused on. So there will not be face cam. Plus, it's going to be an homage almost to my original playthrough of Fallout 3, which didn't have face cam. Back then, it wasn't about visual quality. It wasn't about gimmicks. It was about playing the game and having fun, and that's ultimately what I care about. Okay? All right. So that's how I'm approaching it. Multiple live streams on Monday. Continuing throughout the week, videos will be uploaded to DSP Gaming starting on Monday, and it'll continue throughout the week till we get bored. If near the end of the week, I really like the game, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. I don't want to get burnt out and get frustrated, or because that's what tends to happen. If I play the same game like a marathon all week, I'll start to get burnt out on it a little bit. I've got a lot of other stuff to go back to. I would love to go and get back to WWE 2K16's My Career Mode, which has been on hold for a while now. I would like to get back to a post-game session of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, because I unlocked some post-game missions, and there's an Easter egg that I have not done yet in the game that I would like to do. And with the Call of Duty Zombie stuff that I did actually earlier today, we were very close to actually beating this zombie map and getting the trophy for doing the Easter egg. We were close, but we were like close but no cigar. We were right there and we kept failing. So I'd like to do that too. So there's tons of stuff for me to do if I end up getting bored with Fallout 4. Alright? And so later in the week, then we'll do that kind of stuff, okay? We'll see what happens. And if you want daily updates, check out my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. That's where I'm going to update you on that kind of stuff, alright? Okay. Finally, let's address the nonsense, the drama. Let's get all this stuff out of the way before the playthrough even begins, alright? Number one, if you're watching this playthrough of me playing Fallout 4, I'm going to strongly recommend a few things to you. Don't read the comments of the videos, and I'm going to be honest, if you really don't want to be like spoiled or whatever, do not even join the stream chat. Even though I'll have a stream chat live, potential for spoilers is sky fucking high. If ever there was a game where people would want to spoil it, this is going to be it. And like I said already, there's been people all over social media trying to do so. I strongly recommend you stay away from the video comments and you stay away from the stream chat if you don't want to be spoiled. That's going to be number one, all right? Because I'm not going to be actively policing them. Like I said, I'm going to be playing the game. That's my focus, to put out a quality playthrough for you. Number two, why am I doing an advanced review copy coverage of the game? Why am I doing it before midnight, right? How did I get the review copy? Well, the thing is, I am a partner with Machinima, and being that I'm a managed partner, they've been trying to get opportunities for their managed partners over this past year, and there have been a few times when I got a few free copies of games earlier this year, but I never really got an advanced copy. And I did express to them when they asked me a few months ago and they said, what games would you be very interested in playing? I said, listen, if anything, obviously Fallout 4. That's the game that put me on the map. And so they went to work and they worked with Bethesda and they put me on the list and they got me on the list for an advanced copy. And let me tell you, it was a lot, like, I had to put my name in the running. give them all my personal information. I had to sign almost like an affidavit. It was like a digital affidavit I had to do in an email saying, I will not violate your embargo rules for this game. I will not, because I had this game since Friday. I could have fucking started back then. But I had to sign this big, this legal thing where I've never seen it ever. Anyone had to ever do that in an email form before like that. I had to do it to get an advanced copy of this game. So it was a lot of work, but I think it was ultimately worth it. This, like I said, this playthrough, to me, this game is probably the biggest game, quite honestly, I'm being very honest here, that I've ever played on YouTube since the beginning. And the reason I'm saying that is this simple. It's a callback to my original roots. Like I said, the Fallout 3 playthrough was the playthrough that made me synonymous with Let's Players on YouTube. It got me lots of popularity. It's a game series that I've loved. I love Fallout 3. I loved Fallout New Vegas. I've done multiple playthroughs of the games for YouTube, which is something I rarely do for games. I did completionist runs of those games. And I mean, people love when I do this kind of game. And so for me, especially at this point, with all the nonsense I've been putting up with this year, my channel now being under attack for months and me having actual business negative effects on my business because of the fucking bullshit copyright strike abuse against my channel, which has been completely falsified, but hurt my channel, taking my channel out of YouTube search results for 2 months and basically killing me, taking away thousands of dollars of business revenue that normally I would have this time of year. This playthrough is really fucking important, and I want you to understand something. This is not a playthrough that I think is immediately going to get tons of views. Do I expect on the first day of me playing Fallout 4 to get hundreds of thousands of views? No. Because the bottom line is lots of people are going to say, this is a game I want to play for myself, not spoil, but then I would love to see Phil do a playthrough of it. So I'm happy for those of you who aren't going to play the game and want to join me on release day or even tomorrow pre-release and watch me play it, come join me on stream, watch the videos on YouTube. For those who are going to play the game themselves, once you get a certain portion through the game, then come join my playthrough on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you watch it when I'm live streaming, if you watch it on demand after, or if you watch it weeks in the future. As long as you come and you watch it and you enjoy it because you want to feel that kind of nostalgia factor going back to the roots where I started. That's what I'm feeling with Fallout 4. So if ever there was a game when I wanted to get an advanced review copy so that I could play it a little early, it's Fallout 4. Now there's some people who've called me out and said, but Phil, you've said in the past that you're against advanced review copies. I said in this video that I'm against advanced review copies. I am, because I feel that most people who get a game like this rush through it so they can get their review out, and the review is half-assed, it's not correct, and it's unprofessional. Yet, those people work for the biggest gaming media companies, right? That's what I'm against. I think everyone should get the game at exactly the same time. There should not be an uneven playing field. But the bottom line is, that would be in a utopian world. If the world were perfect and there was no, evil and there was no uneven playing field and everyone was able to get a fair shake, great. But I don't live in that world, do I? Do you? Because I don't know about that. I don't know about anyone who says that they're living at the top and they have no hardship in their life and it's the perfect world. We live in reality. And in reality, when I started on YouTube in 2008 and I played Fallout 3, not a lot of people were doing what I was doing. I was one of the kind of originators of the long-form, raw, uncut Let's Play with live commentary. And so when I did my Fallout 3 playthrough, it exploded. It's now 2015. There are ridiculous amounts of people who do this, and there are ridiculous amounts of people who don't do it for fun like I do. They do it only for this. So there are people who on YouTube have been uploading videos of Fallout 4 already because they want the views and they want that money, And the bottom line is, if I didn't get an advanced review copy of this game, there would be other people who did, right? There's tons of other people who got an advanced review copy like me, and they're going to be playing at 8 a.m. And I've even said this because people are like, oh, I don't understand. Listen, you think the people aren't at 8 fucking a.m.? Are you kidding me? You don't think not only are there going to be reviews out at 8 a.m., there's going to be full fucking playthroughs. Like 20 to 30 hour playthroughs are going to go live on fucking YouTube. Live streams up the fucking wazoo on Twitch and YouTube at 8 fucking a.m. Monday morning. I'm not even doing it until noon my time. So we're talking 7-8 hour gap there from when the embargo lifts. That's when I'm going to start playing it because that's in line with my normal business as usual. And I'm not going to go out of my way to bend over backwards and change everything, right? To get the crazy instant first view. I don't think that the people who are going to watch me play Fallout 4, are the people who are going to rush out at 8 a.m. to watch someone play it. I think that there's people who just want to see it as soon as possible. At 8 a.m., they're going to watch whoever the fuck they can find playing it, fine. But if you want to watch one of the originators of YouTube Let's Plays, someone who became popular when gaming was just becoming popular on YouTube, do a playthrough that's true to his roots, then join me tomorrow and join me all this weekend as long as it takes for us to get through and complete Fallout 4. All right? And that's it. Like, there's really nothing else to say. People want to make up all this shit. Well, Phil's a hypocrite. No, I never said, never, ever, did I ever say that because someone got an advanced review copy of the game and because they're playing it a day early, that they're some kind of evil person. No, I said, but look, here's what I did say. Gee, you notice those people who got advanced review copies and right now they're live streaming because the copy just fucking showed up at their doorstep. They're already playing the game even though there may or may not be an embargo on it. And they're right now trying to get subs on their Twitch streams and shit like that. Why do you think they're doing that? Versus me, someone who's been around since 2008, who's been successful, and has had my business now attacked non-stop by fucking sociopathic douchebags who want me off the internet for whatever fucking reason in their fucking little lame-brained heads, and they don't want to see someone like me of the old guard of YouTube succeed in this day and age anymore, right? So that's why the past 2 months, I've had thousands of dollars of lost business revenue that normally I would have because my YouTube channel has sunk from the top gaming rankings to the bottom of the barrel thanks to these sociopathic fucking dickheads. So in a perfect world, if I were huge top of the tippy top on YouTube gaming, and if this business were burgeoning and making ridiculous amounts of money, I could say, I'm going to be the moral authority for everyone, and I'm going to set the shining example and say, I will not play Fallout 4 until midnight because on principle, no one should have the game before anyone else. Unfortunately, that's not the fucking reality we live in anymore. We live in a world where it's dog eat dog, cutthroat on YouTube. It's become all about business and not about the enjoyment of the game and not about people actually having legitimate skill or having any kind of legitimate entertainment. It's all about fucking this. And when it becomes this, that's it. Why do you think there's been such a crazy decline of people who do the long form playthroughs versus the people who do highly edited stuff, right? Because now the business end comes into it. People with lots of editing skill, people with lots of money and production value to go in and make something that looks more like a television fucking comedy show versus someone playing a video game. That's what's popular on YouTube now. And that's not me, and that's never going to be me. Understand that. For me to make this business work, I'm going to have to scratch and claw, and I'm going to have to do some variety in the content that I do, but I'm going to have to try to do things and get advantages when I can. And getting a review copy and playing a few hours earlier than everyone else for Fallout 4 is one of those ways, in addition to the fact that I'm dying to fucking play this game myself. So it's basically, here's what I'm saying. Either I try to take means to support my business and let it be successful because of the negative shit that's happened to me this past year, or I'm gone. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. You can't have me be the moral authority of YouTube gaming, right? But then, but people are going to fuck with me. They're going to take thousands of dollars out of my pocket with false copyright strikes. You can't have it both ways. It's one or the other. At this point, I can't stand on a soapbox and say, well, I'm better. I'm going to be morally better than the others and not do it because I need to get in there with the upper people. I need to get a boost to my business. I have to. It's just black or white, has to be done. And a lot of people might have issue with that. Fine. You have the right to have issue with me getting an advanced review copy, but understand I'm doing it to save the business. A lot of people who've watched me for years, love my content, want me to continue to do it, but then they have issue with me getting an advanced review copy. Well, it's this or I don't exist anymore. And I go get a 9-to-5 job somewhere and I don't make YouTube videos anymore and you don't hear from me anymore. So what is it that you really want? Really think of the good and bad weighing here. And I think most people with a logical mind who actually enjoyed my content over the years, who really watched the original Fallout 3 playthrough, man, I don't mind Phil playing this game a few hours early if it means that maybe, just maybe, his business can get a little bit of a boost and this playthrough can get some popularity because he deserves it and because he's a hard worker and because we like to see him play these games. That's why he survived for 7 years with all the odds against him. And we were going to turn out and we're going to check this stuff out. And we're certainly not going to start a lot of controversy about it. And let me tell you, oh my God, this ridiculous stuff that people are making up. People think that like there's a wedding that I was supposed to go to and I'm not going to it because I'm going to play Fallout 4 because I'm making money. I'm greedy. Like, people are that fucking, like, that stupid and that drama queenish that they just want to make shit up blatantly, right? Despite the fact that I haven't spoken about any kind of a wedding for like 6 months now. Seriously, like, it's been that long since I really even talked about anything. The fact that maybe there's personal stuff going on behind the scenes that people aren't aware of that isn't anyone's fucking business. And that's why, and the wedding's not even this week. That's the best part of the whole thing. This wedding that people are making shit up about isn't even this fucking week. It's next week. So if anything, it would be the stuff that I was going to do next week after I've played a week of Fallout 4 that would be affected by it. But they make this shit up and it becomes fact because people make so much shit up. It's just because this is fact about Phil. And it's ridiculous because I'm not going to sit here and address every little thing. I'm busy. I've worked 2 to 3 12-hour plus days this week. Plus, I mean, I'm backlogged on stuff I'm supposed to be doing. After I make this special video, I still have to do the weekend preview, and I still have to do more gameplay before I can even rest today. And people go, oh, well, why doesn't he address every little thing? That's why. So please, everything you hear, take it with a grain of salt. If it's something I haven't talked about, if it's some kind of ridiculous, massive drama, think about it. Well, let's see. Phil was known for long-form playthroughs, raw unedited footage in 2008. Now it seems like there's a new kind of big upper-class gaming YouTuber, and there's this group of people who really don't like him for whatever reason. All of a sudden, weird rumors come out around the time when he's going to play Fallout 4. Gee, I wonder why that would happen. I think you know why. Because this is how they think this is the next step, right? Every step, whether it's swatting, whether it's fucking DDoS attacks, whether it's false copyright strikes to knock me off of YouTube search rankings and cost me thousands of dollars. Now let's start more drama about Phil, so no one will watch his Fallout 4 playthrough, which will probably be his most popular playthrough in a long-ass time. Let's do more shit. It's every possible thing. And, you know, I'm not going to stop. I'm just not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to plug through it. And I'm going to have fun with Fallout 4 this week. I don't care about any drama. People undoubtedly will twist this video and make fucking bullshit out of it because they're fucking no-life losers who have nothing better to fucking do than stick it to that YouTuber that can't really do much about it, right? If I were a giant YouTuber, people wouldn't give a shit. When in fact, I could completely attest to this because when I was a much bigger YouTuber and people did things like DSP cult leader and stuff like that and made up shit, people just brush it off. But now that I'm a smaller guy, oh, well, now Phil doesn't have that clout anymore. And we'll make all this shit up, all this drama nonsense, right? It's bullshit. I'm here to play Fallout 4 and have fun with you this week. And that's what I'm all about this week. And I certainly hope that you will join me this week for it, all right? The final thing, and this is kind of luck on my part, as you see, I have the Xbox One version of Fallout 4. Earlier this year, people were asking me, Phil, what version of Fallout 4 are you going to play? Because we're very interested in knowing what console. You know, you played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas on the Xbox 360, which was your console of choice last console generation. So what console are you going to play it on this year? And there was a lot of things earlier in the year that was speculation, like, oh, mods are going to come out first on Xbox One and stuff like that. And then, of course, it came out that it was complete horseshit. That wasn't the truth, that mods are going to come out everywhere at once. And it was just misinformation at E3 to try to get people to buy the Xbox One version over other versions. All right. And so, ultimately, a few months ago, I made the argument. I said, I really like the Xbox One controller. It reminds me of the Xbox 360 controller. It's comfortable. If I'm going to do a long-form playthrough of this game and really spend a week or two playing it solely, I would like to have a nice, comfortable gaming experience, and this would probably be the controller that I would like it on most, and therefore, I think I'm going to get this on Xbox One. And I kind of stuck to that. I even reserved the Xbox One version at GameStop at one point. But then when they asked me, do you want the advanced review copy? I said, all right, I'll take it on Xbox One, and that's what I got. I've actually heard, I don't know how many of you heard this, apparently the apparently the PlayStation 4 version of the game has terrible frame rate drops in certain parts. We're talking like down to single digits in some parts of the game. Not to say that it ruins the game, but it's incredibly noticeable. But apparently both the PC and Xbox One versions don't have that issue. So if that is the case, I guess the stars aligned and a streak of luck must have struck because I got the right version of the game, and that's what I'm going to be playing starting tomorrow. And I hope that you will join me if you can on stream or with the videos on demand on YouTube. If you are playing the game yourself and you certainly don't want to be spoiled, I completely understand. Check out my playthrough at whatever time you feel you're far enough into the game or when you're done with the game, because I really am going to do my best to try to make this very similar to that original, fun, unedited, raw, excellent playthrough from 7 years ago. Now I'm right. 7 years ago. And it really is. I'm playing this game, I feel like I've come full circle. I do. I feel like playing this game, it's like going back to where we started and showing that after, 7 years of doing this, that I've turned it into something that's successful, that's fun, that's helped people over the years for various different reasons, that's entertained people for various different reasons, and that it's something that needs to stay. Something that's meaningful, something that is not just like a thing that's a flash in the pan and gone, but it will eventually be some kind of a lasting note in YouTube gaming history. And that's why I am so fucking stoked to be here and share this experience with you 7 years later. That is all I have to say. I will see you all tomorrow for the premiere of my Fallout 4 playthrough. Hopefully you'll join me. Again, I will remind everyone, do not check comments. If you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly recommend going in comments and stream chat. It just makes sense. I hope to see you on stream. If not, I hope to see you at the on-demand videos. Peace out, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then.